What would you think would be the more senior position at an airline? A first officer making $275 an hour or a captain making $352 per hour? The answer might surprise you. Hello, my name is Darren. I'm a dad. I'm an airline pilot. I'm a husband of a scientist, and my airline just closed a vacancy bid. What's a vacancy bid? Great question. My airline tells all pilots on property, these are the current openings, do whatever you want to do. And they mean that. As a pilot, I bid for so many things throughout my career. The most common one is my monthly bid, where I bid for my monthly schedule, but I bid for vacation, for training dates, for training start times, a lot of things, including what plane I fly and what seat I sit in and what base I'm based at. And that was the vacancy bid. Now, as a pilot on property, you can bid for whatever you want. If you've been here just one day, you can bid for captain of a 787 if you want to. You probably won't get it. It's all seniority based. But the point is, you can bid to wherever you want to go. And it's important to take your bids seriously. If you get home one day and you're sitting back with a cold one and you think, hey, I do want to be a 737 captain in Charlotte. And you live in Phoenix and you get awarded 737 captain in Charlotte, you're going to Charlotte. And you might be able to trade out of that base later on, but you're going, right? So wherever you bid and you get awarded, that's locked in. There are so few ways to get out of a bid that you gotta be very careful in what you bid. To the point where the union and the airline sends multiple warnings of pilots. Please check your bids. Because so many pilots, let's say you wanted to be a Airbus captain in Miami, but you would consider a 737 captain in Charlotte. You put them both in. You didn't get awarded. 2 years down the road, you get awarded Airbus captain. Great, you're Airbus captain. You serve out your seat lock. 2 years after that, you get awarded Charlotte 737 captain because it was still in your preference bid. It happens to people that forget they had bid something a while ago, their seat lock is up, and now they get awarded something else, and you're going, what's a seat lock? I just mentioned that. Great question. If you go to a new position that requires training, you are locked into that seat for 18 to 24 months. But it is just that seat, meaning I'm currently a Dallas-Fort Worth-based 777 first officer. I can transfer to anywhere I want that I can hold my seniority as a 777 first officer, and my seat lock doesn't get affected. I can't go to Airbus first officer until my seat lock is up. Now, there is one way to break a seat lock, and that is if you have never been captain at this airline before, you can break your seat lock. Quick example for myself, I started training on the Boeing 777 here in Dallas last year in March of 2024. Let's say I finished training, I'm on the line, and I can't stand this 777 or this lifestyle. I had never been captain here before. I was captain at a different airline. I can bid a captain slot, and once I get awarded it, my seat lock is broken on the 777. I will then have a seat lock on whatever captain spot I go to. But that's the only way you get out of a seat lock. So it's not a base lock, it's just a seat lock. Now, on this most recent vacancy bid, the results were both okay, yeah, and wow. So I'll start off with the wide bodies. And I'm talking about just the whole company. I'm not talking about the granular level of New York 777 captain versus Miami 777 captain. That's too granular. I'm not going there. Just for the 777 captain. So it went to seniority number 3801. Just for reference, on number 8109, I believe. So about 5,000, about 4,000 numbers and change senior to me. So kind of junior-ish. But remember, I was hired in November of 17. This most junior 777 captain was hired in April of 1999. Probably before many of you were born. Very senior spot, right? Now, the 787 captain went to March 2000. So you're already going to be saying, Darren, are you telling me it takes 26 years to be a wide-body captain where you work? Yes, but you have to understand and dig deep into the details. There were many years where no one was hired here. There are going to be giant seniority jumps. Between late 01 and mid of 2008, keeping it really simple, there was no one hired. Between late 2009 and 2013, there was no one hired. Understand, there were mergers and acquisitions and seniority integrations, so things were happening, but there weren't giant people getting on board during those time frames. The numbers are going to start dropping very, very fast. When I was hired here in 2017, you cannot touch being a captain for 8, 9, 10 years. Now it's a 2-year upgrade you'll soon see. Things are changing very quickly. People are having to retire in massive numbers. Over the next few years, about 800 plus pilots per year are going to be forced to retire from the airline where I work. 800 plus are going to be forced to retire just based on age 65, not including people who have medical out and other issues that might leave early. So things are going to start changing very, very quickly. Now, going down with the rest of the vacancy awards, the most junior Airbus captain was hired in April 2023. The most junior 737 captain was hired in July of 2023. So that's still a 2-year upgrade at a major airline. Things are, it's going very quickly. Now, as far as the 777 first officer, also went to April of 2023. But the 787 first officer went to June of 2022, meaning a wide-body first officer is senior to narrow-body captain, even though at the same seniority step, it is a, $75 almost pay differential? Pretty big gap between the two. And again, we all go down different roads in life, and there is no perfect road for everyone. Some people want to be captain. Absolutely go for it. Others put quite a life ahead of that, right? So on this vacancy bid, as I do on every vacancy bid, actually every time I bid for anything, I talk to my wife about it, right? And I ask her, hey, what do you think we should do? Should I bid Airbus captain, 737 captain, or stay where I am? And it's been stay where you are, right? I'm holding weekends off. I'm about 73% seniority in my current status, meaning 73% of the people in my status are senior to me. But again, I live close to the airport. I live in base. I'm pretty good at trading my trips around when I hold a line. Life is good. I'm holding weekends off. I'm getting the days off I need to attend my kid events and my family events. We make enough money. I make enough money as it is. And I'm able to make captain money. I'm able to make narrow-body captain money as a wide-body first officer by picking up one extra trip per month, and I'm still working less than I would as a narrow-body captain. So for me, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. Now, on this vacancy bid, there were spots that were happening for Dallas for DFW 777 first officer. I'm going to talk about what's going on with my position on this vacancy bid. Why? Because it's where the house I live in. I don't care about what's going on in New York or Miami or Charlotte. So, for DFW, first officer, 777, there were 6 people that are senior to me that are leaving to go be a 777 captain. That's a positive, right? That's people leaving above me. There were 2 above me going to be a 787 captain. Wide body first officer is a very senior position, especially at the top. There are many wide-body first officers that are senior to the wide-body captains they fly with. There are 3 777 first officers leaving above me to go fly the Airbus as a captain. There are 3 leaving to go fly a 737 as a captain that are senior to me. In addition, there's 2 who are junior to me on a 777 that might be breaking their seat locks to go be a 737 captain as well. Now, that's the good part. There are 2 Airbus captains that are senior to me coming in to be a 777 first officer, so going from 4 stripes to 3, right? They're taking a pay cut to come fly the 777, hourly anyway. There are 4 787 first officers that are coming to go be a 777 first officer that are senior to me. 1 additional that is junior to me. there are 5 737 captains that are giving up the guppy to come fly a 777 first officer. They are senior to me. And an additional 1 that is junior to me. There are 3 777 first officers from another base that are transferring into Dallas. They are senior to me. An additional 1 that is junior to me. There is 1 737 first officer that is coming over that is senior to me. And there are 5 Airbus first officers that are junior to me that are coming over to 777, so they'll be below me. Now, looking at all the red and green, it's almost a wash. I think my seniority will be about the same after all said and done. These pilots, not all, people that are coming from 777 won't need additional training. Everyone else will. Even if you're going from 777 first officer to 777 captain, you do a full training course. 787 first officer to 777 first officer, you need a full training course in the United States anyway. So they won't hit the line right away. I'm guessing, I think it's in January, February, they'll hit the line. So it is what it is. But that is how a vacancy bid kind of works. Happens 3 or 4 times a year. You can change your spot if you want to, or stay where you are. I'm probably going to stay 777 first officer for the foreseeable future. Maybe a year and a half, 2 more years. Once it makes sense for me to go fly an Airbus as a captain and make the same same amount of money monthly and have a similar quality of life where I can hold weekends off, guaranteed line holder, and do the kind of trips I want to do, I'll do it. I had a recent video about how, on average, I fly 10 flights a month, 8 to 10 flights a month, versus the narrow-body captains fly 8 to 10 flights a week for the same amount of money, right? So for me, I'm currently in my quality of life era of life. My name is Darren. I'm a dad. I'm an airline pilot. I'm a husband of a scientist. If you don't mind, please click subscribe, drop a comment, click like. Have a great day, and thank you for stopping by. And they'll be back to normal trip videos next week. Thank you for your support.